Now then. Upon activating the amulet, you immediately feel it radiate power. Its aura spreads, enveloping you. Your awareness of the world around you fades. A warm, colorless glow obscures your vision. A watery, rushing sound fills your ears. You can no longer feel the weight of your armor or even your feet on the ground as if you were floating in the warm pool. The rushing sound fades to a slow burble and then to a barely noticeable throb. You feel warm and protected, and somehow content. Hang on a second. There we go. Time passes. A minute? An hour? You don't know. After an unknown time, you notice a shape in the glow before you. As you watch, it coalesces into the form of a man in shivering, ornate armor who meets your gaze and smiles warmly. His features seem familiar, though you don't quite recognize his face. He opens his mouth to speak, and the low throb in your ears rises rapidly in pitch until it forms words. "My son, I am he who is called the Prince Avery, thy father. The power of the amulet which thou dost wear has summoned me from the nether realm, and thee from Midgard, so that I may speak to thee this once. Thou hast done very well to come this far against all the obstacles before thee, and I am well pleased with the manner in which thou hast shown thy mettle, avenging the deaths of thine godparents and the destruction of thy village. Yet thy greatest test still awaits thee. Elation fills you at your father's words of praise. Ooh, Daddy, my nipples, they're so black, and pointy, and giant. Blech. And the discovery of your royal blood. But his hint of future trials tempers your delight with foreboding. Your father continues. 18 winters ago, disaster struck our line, when we became enmeshed in a great conflict between the Aesir Thor and trickster Loki. On mortal Midgard, dread Sutur himself has taken a part, which is not to happen until the eve of Ragnarok. All the wise in the 9 worlds fear that his continuing intervention in mortal affairs portends the premature arrival of Ragnarok, and doom for us all. The attacks on thy farm and village, terrible as they were, are then but 2 threads in this great pattern, for Hrungnir hunted thee at the direct command of Sutur, who sees that thou art fated to oppose him. It is thy task, then, as the last surviving heir to the throne, and thy fated destiny, as my son, to thwart Sutur's reigns on Midgard. Thou must reclaim our fallen castle of the winds. When thou dost invoke the power of thy amulet once more, it will transport thee to a town near the castle. From there, wend thy way to the castle's ruined throne room, where even now the shade of my father, King Liftansir, thy grandfather, awaits thy arrival. You notice your father's voice slur somewhat, dropping a bit in pitch. He's been drinking again, and his mailed legs waver as though seen through a fire. He looks away for a moment, then meets your gaze again. I may tarry here no longer, but leave thee now to fulfill thy destiny, and so lift the doom on our bloodline. Thy grandfather can tell thee more. May all the Aesir shield thee, dear son. And with a final gentle smile, your father's image dissolves into the surrounding glow, and a low rumble replaces his voice in your ears, leaving you alone, once again fatherless. The glow reveals no other figures, yields no other voices. You float without sense of time. After an indeterminable period, awareness of your surroundings returns. You find yourself back on your feet, with the amulet cooling in your hand, and 100 questions heating your mind. Now, at this point, I've gone over 10 minutes, so this will probably get broken up, perhaps from the point where I just started reading the amulet. But, you guys don't mind, do ya? Sure you don't. Anyhow, let's save. Let's save in Far Off slot. And then we'll activate that enchanted Amulet of Kings again. Oh! Hey! Here ends part 1 of Castle of the Winds, a question of vengeance. To continue your adventures in part 2, The Fall of Sutur, save your game now and see order information under the help menu. Once you receive part 2, you'll be able to load your character from part 1 and continue your quest. So there you go, folks. Bobo will be back in The Fall of Sutur. Valhalla's championship. Valhalla's championships. Yay. Valhalla's champion. Oh man, we're a total winner. Bobo, victorious this day, July 29th, 2010. A day I'll remember forever. A day on which I was victorious. Well, folks, this has been Let's Play Castle of the Winds. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope that you did too. I hope that you appreciated me dragging around endless belts, giant, chests full of rusting treasure, and defeating Hrungnir, the Hill Giant Lord. Well, folks, I'm Bobo the Vulture, and until next time, whatever Let's Play that is, I thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.